Jonas, we haven't talked to you since you've been back at training camp. How was your off season? How do you feel going into this training camp and preseason?
It's been good. It was pretty solid, and I worked on that stuff I needed to work on, and I feel ready and ready to go.
What were some of the things that you worked on specifically?
Just foot speed. That's I think every summer I'm working on that. That's something I can't get enough. I think it helps me get into proper foot speed in the summer, and I think the game nowadays gets quicker every year, so you kind of have to keep up with those fast forwards. So that's why I work on foot speed.
You've been paired up with Covey a lot during this training camp. What do you like about each other, and how do you complement each other?
I think he's a big guy. He can skate. He can shoot. I think he's pretty. He plays pretty simple, which I like. It's very predictable, so it makes it easy on me. And I try to do the same. Just play simple, be predictable, and I think at the end, if we work together and be connected, I think we're pretty good.
When you say foot speed, is that working with a weighted vest? Is it working lateral movement? Like, how do you work on foot speed?
Just different stuff. Turn from backwards to forwards. Moving from east to west. Stuff like that. I think just keep your body with the speed, but you can still move pretty quick on the ice. So I think that's one thing I worked on.
Jonas, are there any benefits to playing against a coach that you know a lot about? In the opener against Buffalo with Lindy Ruff.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know if he kept the system. It's going to be interesting to see how they're going to play. But I think we know his mentality. We know how he's coaching, and I wouldn't say it's a benefit for us, but I think at the end you want to win those games even more, I think that's all we're looking forward to open those two games in Prague and get the win out of it.
What's your first impressions of the system and Sheldon Keefe as a coach?
It's been good. I think system-wise, it's pretty simple and clear. I think everybody's on the same page. There's stuff we still have to work on, but it takes some time, and I think we don't have that much time. But we try to figure it out every day, and I think at the end, there's a couple days left until Prague, and I think we're on a good way, and I think most of the system things are covered.
Obviously, Luke is going to miss a couple weeks here to start the season, but what were your initial impressions with the depth that Tom Fitzgerald brought in the off season, and do you like what you see here with the amount of talent that's on the roster, particularly on the blue line?
Yeah, I mean, we're on paper we're a pretty good team. I think now it's up to us to go out there and deliver, and I think we just have to get the chemistry going. I mean, it's pretty good right now, but I think we know each other for a couple of days, couple of weeks now, but I think we can grow a little bit more together, and as the season goes on, and I think that's one of the most important things to go battle out there as a team, as a unit, and get the chemistry going.
Have you ever been to Prague?
Yeah, I had Worlds there. Yeah.
What did you think of the city?
It's a good city. I mean, it's a city, like an old city with a lot of traditions, and it's a beautiful city, and I think they're big hockey fans, which will be pretty cool, and I think the rink as well is pretty nice.
What do you think has attributed to the quick chemistry you have with your line so far?
I think we just kind of read off each other. It makes it easy when you know what each other is going to be doing, and they like to keep it simple, obviously, which is good. You can kind of read off of each other, right? And just kind of talking outside of the rink, I guess, too. Just, hey, like, when you cycle it, is it going in the corner? Is it going behind the net? Like, what do you expect? So I think just that, and obviously they're both awesome dudes, so it makes it easy to talk about stuff. Communication's key, so when it's easy to talk to your line mates, it's easy.
As one of the more veteran players on this roster going to Montreal tonight, how do you all want to lead by example and help with that forward group?
I think just make sure that they're comfortable, ready to play, and kind of set the tone early with how we want to play. It's weird being, I guess, considered a veteran, but I think just gaining knowledge from the guys in Vegas, having it be an older team, learning from those guys and how they treated me was great. So just to reciprocate that and do the same thing with these guys.
What are some of the things that maybe Laser and Bastion, how do they complement your game?
Kind of like I said earlier, they play simple. I know what they're going to be doing, so I can kind of place myself in areas based on what they're going to do. They do the gritty stuff. They'll get to the net. They'll get stuff in the corners, win battles that way, and vice versa. I'll do the same if it's my turn, but if I know that they're going to do that, I can place myself to have a quick shot or make a quick move knowing that Laser's going to be in front of the net. So it's just easy, when I know what they're going to be doing, it makes it so much easier on me.
You're the type of player that kind of can scale a lineup. So, I mean, you could play on the top line with Eichel. You could play third, fourth line role. Is there a difference in mentality for you personally when you play with an elite player like an Eichel and then third, fourth line role?
Yeah, it's different. I think was my biggest thing last year was just realizing to play my game. I don't want to use too much skill when I'm up with those guys or not enough skill when I'm down. So trying to find that balance, I think, is going to be a learning process for any player that has those abilities to be versatile. But just to try and maintain my game. When skill's needed, you use it. When it's not, you physical battles and stuff like that. But the balance between skill and grinding is it's tough, but it should be fine.
The things that Sheldon, at least publicly, has stressed, like sprinting to the spot, playing with pace, pressuring the puck, the forecheck, those all seem like things that really suit your game. Do you kind of feel like you've found like the perfect spot at the moment for the type of game that you play based on what's being emphasized here?
Yeah, 1,000%. I mean, he's direct. He's very direct with what he wants and what he expects, and I think he's a fair coach. If a guy's going, he's going, and if not, he's whatever. So I think it's awesome being under a coach like that. He expresses that if a player wants to talk to him, more than welcome to come in and chat, and we know what he expects us from him, and player to player too, pushing ourselves, and just the stuff that he's reiterized is just perfect. It makes us as players be able to play the game without maybe having that ticking time bomb hard on the stick. So perfect spot for sure, and I think it's a great start for me.
Have you noticed, it seems like the fans have really embraced the way you've played already and kind of your attitude about things? Is that something you've noticed so far? Did you notice that at all on Sunday night?
Yeah, my mom sent me a couple videos of the announcers making some cool comments, and I'm not really the biggest social media guy, but some friends showed me some tweets, people tagged me in and stuff, so it's good. I mean, it's better that way than the other way, right? So, so far so good.
And Montreal, a little bit more of the AHL heavy. What went into the decision with today's roster?
Well, just obviously it's a back-to-back, and the limited amount of time we have before we depart for Prague, we want to keep as many of our guys together as we can. So beyond today, I would say our remaining games, the last two, will be pretty close reflection to our group while managing some injuries and energy levels of different guys.
The deep pairing of Covey and Siegs, what have you seen out of them being together?
I've liked them. Siegs seems to be able to be himself and do what he does regardless of who his partner is, and you like that. There's some stability with that. From a coaching perspective, and knowing that when you put them with someone, you can help them. So Covey being new and going through an adjustment period, everyone's going through their own adjustments to the new coach, but just the surroundings and teammates and all those kind of things. So there's some stability there, and lefty righty, and it's natural. It's a natural fit. With Pesci being out of the mix, it was an easy decision to give Covey that opportunity.
What more? Obviously, they had a strong game Sunday night. The Cotter Bastian Lazar line. What more would you like to see from them in their second game playing together now?
Yeah, just continue to grow their chemistry. Continue to embrace the things that they did really well. Those guys need to be able to get the puck deep and need to make it difficult for the opposition to break out. Try to spend as much time in the offensive zone as they possibly can. Help us on our special teams. Whether it's power play or penalty kill, Cotter on the power play, and Lazar and Bastian on the penalty kill, and actually Bastian will get some time on the power play tonight as well. But those guys in a game like this one, going out in Montreal, you're going to lean on those guys heavily. Montreal's going to have some of their best people playing, and we're going to lean on those guys, and it'll be a good test for them.
Sheldon, is it fair to say, and you tell me if I'm wrong, is it fair to say that you want to see a pack mentality when the puck is in the offensive end? At least for the forwards, the three forwards, almost like a pack mentality there.
Yeah, I would say that in all three zones. We want to be connected and tight, and we want our forwards sprinting up the ice, but we need our D up there too. We need a forecheck as group of five as much as we can. Different parts of the game with line changes and such, you naturally get disconnected, but when we can, we want to be really tight and take away the opposition's ability to get comfortable.
What's the secret to maybe maintaining a sustainable forecheck, a consistent, solid forecheck in there?
Well, a big part of it, as I just said, line changes usually disrupt your forecheck, and line changes usually happen when you're not controlling the play. So the more you can control the play, then you can change while the other team is under duress, or you have the puck yourself. That helps the forechecks because you're always more fresh than the opposition, and then you're more connected because you're not sprinting off to the bench. So that's a big part of it, and the speed with which you counter and move the puck to the neutral zone, so you're not getting stalled at the blue line, those kind of things.
With some of the defensemen that have picked up the little injuries, there's been a chance here for Santeri Hatakka this camp. You've had him with Nemec. What have you learned about him so far, and what do you want to see from him in game action today?
I haven't learned a lot, quite honestly. I'm looking forward to seeing the games. It's been with so many other new faces, and they're all kind of new to me, even though they're established NHL players. For the guys that, like Hatakka, that haven't had as much NHL experience, these games are very important for guys like that to I'm behind the bench, get to see them a little more comfortable with them. I think if you look at the guys in similar situations that played the other night, I feel a lot more comfortable with who they are and what their game is about. It's easier for some of these type of guys to kind of be lost in the shuffle here as a new coach is coming in, and he's spending so much time with the established guys. Normally in camp, you're focused a little more on those guys that are looking to compete and make an impression. But these games are important, and there's not a lot of time left, so we'll be watching tonight for sure.
Thank you, Sheldon.
Thank you.
Thanks.